3 is the Chicago Cubs. Jared, what the hell have the Cubs been doing this offseason?
A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've tried, Jared.
Yes, yes, but they have, after they kind of shocked the baseball world by getting Craig Counsell on November 6th, they have done nothing other than just a dusting of minor league signings. Very much feels like there's something big coming, whether it's bringing Cody Bellinger back, or something along those lines, because they have some pretty clear needs, and one of those needs is if the Cubs want to be contenders in 2024, do they have the rotation to do that? I don't think so, because they'd be relying a lot on some younger arms that are very untested. So there are a lot of reasons why the Cubs and the White Sox would line up pretty nicely, because the Cubs also have the kind of prospects that the White Sox would want. They've got a good farm system. They could really make an intriguing offer to the White Sox. And so I could see those two teams lining up nicely, but I don't know that there have been any conversations between the two.
Oh, sure. But I mean, if we are just speculating about what that could look like, I mean, these two teams are basically not as much with the Cubs, because the Cubs were coming off the World Series, but basically in the same spot as they were when the Quintana trade was made. The Cubs might be one big piece away from, in this case, jumping to the clear-cut best team in the NL Central and starting to make some noise on the NL side of the playoff bracket. The White Sox are, here we are again, starting off, even if it's not as long, a rebuilding-like effort. I mean, Cease could be that Quintana piece that gets them a rotation that gets them closer to that. Meanwhile, the Cubs have, in the intervening years since that trade has happened, built that farm system right back up, and they've got some guys right at the top of it that could be those future cornerstones for the White Sox, or at least, like you were talking about unproven young pitchers, the White Sox don't care if they're proven or not. Right. They need young pitchers and guys that maybe could be here for a long time. It's very interesting. I'm not saying that it would have any chance of happening, but it's very interesting because it was so obvious what the benefits to both sides were back in 2017 when that trade was made, and it seems like it would be so obvious what the benefits of both sides would be this time around. It does feel
very similar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if they're looking, if the White Sox are looking for pitching prospects specifically, there's several names that the Cubs could offer them that would fit that exactly. Your Cade Horton, Ben Brown. We saw a little bit of Jordan Wicks in 2023. So the Cubs could come with an offer that's very pitching heavy.
And we were talking yesterday, I think, about having a person that you drafted and then having that person be away from you and going back and trying to get him. And Jed Hoyer was part of the group that drafted Dylan Cease. Besides his being the top of the rotation pitcher, that's one of your guys. You scouted him when he's a Georgia high school pitcher, and so you know what the person's made of, and you can see what you're trying to kind of get. So you don't need to guess his personality, guess what type of teammate he is, because you've already had him in your building. You know exactly the type of person he is, so it's comfortable. And if they can get some of those pitchers, man, I'm in. And I've seen only things about Owen Cassey. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
They got him from the Padres in the Yu Darvish trade. That's one of the lottery picks that is coming up golden. So, yes, I would love to have him, Luke, on the team. But I don't know if the Cubs and the Cub fans want Owen Cassey to go away.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is all of these teams that we've brought up want Dylan Cease, but do not want to trade any players for Dylan Cease. That's
going to be a problem.
Always the fun thing. That's luckily general managers do understand to acquire players, you do actually have to trade players away.
We all silly like the mayor.